Hey guys, tonight we leave the busy world behind and travel far to the frozen wilderness of Alaska, where winter quietly blankets the land in soft white snow. The evening sky glows with gentle shades of blue, silver, and pale pink as the last rays of sunlight disappear behind distant mountains. A cold breeze moves peacefully through endless pine forests, carrying the crisp scent of fresh snow, cedar wood, and the faint smoke rising from cozy chimneys. Somewhere far away, a raven calls once before silence returns to the valley. You probably won't survive this, without becoming wonderfully sleepy before our journey comes to an end. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And while you're here, let me know in the comments where you're listening from and what your local time is right now. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You stand at the edge of a quiet, snow-covered trail. Fresh snow crunches gently beneath your boots as you begin walking through a peaceful forest of towering spruce and pine trees. Every branch is covered in sparkling white snow, making the entire landscape look as though it has been dusted with powdered sugar. The air is wonderfully clean. Each breath feels cool and refreshing as tiny snowflakes drift lazily from the sky. There is no traffic, no city noise, only the soft whisper of the wind moving through the trees. After a slow walk, a warm golden light appears ahead. Hidden among the trees stands a beautiful log cabin with smoke curling gently from its stone chimney. Frost decorates the windows, while a small wooden porch is lit by an old lantern whose gentle glow welcomes anyone passing through the winter night. You step onto the porch and carefully brush the snow from your boots before opening the sturdy wooden door. Inside, the warmth immediately surrounds you. A large stone fireplace crackles softly, filling the room with comforting light. The smell of burning pine logs mixes with the rich aroma of hot chocolate, fresh bread, cinnamon, and homemade soup. A thick wool blanket rests across a comfortable rocking chair beside the fire. Nearby, shelves filled with well-loved books line the walls, while an old clock quietly ticks in the background. A kettle gently whistles on the stove, adding another peaceful sound to the cozy cabin. Outside, snow continues falling without hurry. Through the window, you watch tiny flakes drift beneath the lantern light, covering the porch with a fresh layer of sparkling white. You wrap your hands around a warm mug of hot cocoa and sit beside the fireplace. The flames dance slowly across the stone hearth, casting gentle shadows throughout the room. Every crackle of the fire seems to melt away another piece of the busy modern world. For now, there is nowhere you need to be, nothing you need to finish. Only the quiet warmth of this little cabin, the peaceful Alaskan wilderness beyond the window, and the promise of a calm winter night that has only just begun. The fire continues to crackle gently as the evening settles more deeply over the Alaskan wilderness. Outside, fresh snow falls in slow, graceful flakes, covering every pine tree, fence post, and rooftop in a soft blanket of white. The world beyond the cabin seems quieter with every passing minute, as though winter itself is inviting you to slow down and simply enjoy the peaceful silence. You finish the last sip of your hot chocolate and pull on a thick wool coat, a warm scarf, and soft gloves before stepping back outside. The cold air greets you immediately, fresh and crisp, but never harsh. Tiny snowflakes land gently on your sleeves before melting away. The narrow trail beside the cabin leads through a forest of towering spruce trees. Their branches bend under the weight of fresh snow, creating natural archways above the path. Moonlight filters through the trees, causing the untouched snow to sparkle like millions of tiny crystals. As you continue walking, you notice small animal tracks crossing the trail. A snowshoe hare has recently hopped through the forest, leaving a neat pattern of footprints behind. Farther ahead, a red fox quietly watches from beneath the trees before disappearing silently into the snowy woods. The forest is filled with gentle sounds, the soft whisper of falling snow, the distant rustle of tree branches, the quiet breeze weaving through the pines. Nothing disturbs the calm rhythm of the winter night. Soon you arrive at a frozen lake surrounded by snow-covered mountains. Its smooth surface reflects the moonlight like polished glass. Near the shoreline, a small wooden dock rests beneath a thick layer of snow, while an old rowboat sleeps quietly beside it, waiting for the warmer days of spring. You sit on a nearby bench and gaze across the frozen landscape. The stars above seem brighter than anywhere else, filling the sky from one horizon to the other. Without the lights of a busy city, the heavens reveal thousands upon thousands of tiny points of light. Then, almost without warning, something magical begins to happen. A soft green ribbon of light slowly appears across the northern sky. It grows brighter. Then another ribbon joins it. Soon graceful waves of emerald, blue, and violet light dance silently above the mountains. The northern lights. They move gently across the sky like flowing silk, changing shape every few moments without making a single sound. The entire snowy landscape glows beneath their beautiful colors, creating one of nature's most peaceful spectacles. You remain completely still, simply watching the lights drift across the heavens. There is no need to hurry. No need to speak, only the quiet wonder of the Alaskan night. After a while, you slowly make your way back toward the cabin. Warm light shines from the windows, promising comfort after your peaceful walk. Smoke rises gently from the chimney into the cold night air, while the familiar sound of the fireplace welcomes you home once again. You step inside, hang your coat beside the door, and settle into the rocking chair near the fire. Outside, snow continues falling softly beneath the dancing northern lights, while inside, the gentle warmth of the cabin surrounds you. For this quiet winter evening, the world feels perfectly still, perfectly peaceful, and wonderfully far away from every worry. The rocking chair moves gently back and forth as the fire glows warmly inside the stone fireplace. Outside, the snowfall becomes even softer, covering the forest in a fresh layer of untouched white. Every now and then, a pine branch releases a little snow with a quiet whoosh, adding another peaceful sound to the silent Alaskan night. You glance through the frosted window. The northern lights are still dancing across the sky, their green and blue ribbons flowing slowly above the snowy mountains. They brighten for a few moments before gently fading again, as if the sky itself is breathing. The cabin feels wonderfully cozy. A warm wool rug covers the wooden floor, while shelves filled with old books line one wall. A small lantern glows softly on a wooden table beside a comfortable sofa. Near the window, several potted plants rest peacefully, bringing a little touch of green into the snowy winter world outside. You walk into the kitchen where a cast-iron kettle sits quietly on the stove. Soon the gentle whistle returns, filling the cabin with another comforting sound. You pour yourself a warm cup of herbal tea and carry it to the large window overlooking the forest. The view is breathtaking. Snow-covered spruce trees stretch as far as you can see. The mountains stand silently beneath the stars. The frozen river winds through the valley like a silver ribbon beneath the moonlight. Not a single car passes. Not a single city light interrupts the darkness. Only nature surrounds you. After finishing your tea, you pull on your coat once more and step outside onto the wooden porch. The cold air feels refreshing against your face. Tiny snowflakes drift slowly from the clouds, landing gently on the porch railing before disappearing into the thick blanket of snow below. In the distance, you hear the faint call of an owl echoing through the forest. A few moments later, the sound fades away, leaving only peaceful silence behind. You take a slow walk around the cabin. A stack of neatly chopped firewood rests beside the wall, ready for tomorrow. Nearby, a small bird feeder hangs from a snow-covered tree where a pair of tiny chickadees briefly stop before flying back into the forest. As midnight approaches, the stars seem even brighter than before. The Milky Way stretches across the sky in breathtaking detail, while the northern lights continue their graceful dance above the mountains. You return to the warmth of the cabin, close the wooden door gently behind you, and settle into a soft armchair beside the fire. The flames flicker lazily, filling the room with a golden glow that reflects across the polished wooden walls. The old clock quietly ticks. The fire crackles. The kettle gently hums. Outside, snow falls without end. Inside, everything feels warm, calm, and safe. You pull a thick blanket over your shoulders and close your eyes for just a moment, listening to the peaceful sounds surrounding you. It feels as though the entire Alaskan wilderness has slowed down for the night, inviting you to do the very same. Here, beneath the glow of the fireplace and beyond the quiet beauty of the snow-covered forest, the worries of the day seem impossibly far away. Only warmth, silence, and the gentle magic of a winter night remain. A peaceful silence fills the cabin as the fire burns lower, sending a gentle orange glow across the wooden walls. Outside, the snow continues to fall without hurry, covering the forest, the mountains, and the frozen lake in a fresh blanket of white. The world seems completely still, as though winter itself has paused to rest. You slowly stand and walk toward the large picture window. The glass is edged with delicate frost patterns that sparkle in the moonlight like tiny works of art. Beyond the window, the snowy landscape stretches endlessly beneath a sky filled with brilliant stars. The northern lights begin another quiet performance. Soft waves of emerald green drift across the sky. Then ribbons of blue appear. A faint touch of purple follows. The colors move so gracefully that they almost seem to float on an invisible breeze. They never rush, never flash brightly, only dance gently above the silent wilderness. You wrap yourself in a thick wool blanket and step onto the porch once more. The crisp Alaskan air feels cool but refreshing. Every breath creates a small cloud that slowly disappears into the night. The only footprints in the fresh snow are your own. Far away, a gentle breeze moves through the spruce trees, creating a soft whisper that blends perfectly with the quiet night. A distant river, hidden beneath layers of ice, produces a faint flowing sound where the water still moves beneath the frozen surface. You walk slowly toward a small hill behind the cabin. From there, the view is breathtaking. Snow-covered mountains surround the valley. The frozen lake reflects the stars. The cabin glows warmly below, its chimney sending a thin ribbon of smoke into the cold sky. It feels like a tiny island of warmth in an endless sea of snow. You sit on a smooth wooden bench overlooking the valley. There is no rush to return, no schedule to follow, and no noise to interrupt the moment. Time itself seems to slow down here. After a while, you notice the first faint hint of dawn beginning to touch the distant horizon. The stars remain bright, but the sky slowly changes from deep black to dark blue. The northern lights gently fade, leaving behind a peaceful blanket of stars. Returning to the cabin, you open the wooden door and are greeted once again by the comforting warmth of the fireplace. Fresh pine logs have filled the room with a rich woodland aroma, while a kettle quietly warms on the stove. You prepare one final cup of hot tea and settle into the rocking chair beside the fire. The flames flicker softly, casting dancing shadows across the ceiling. Outside, the snow continues to fall, and the first light of morning slowly begins to brighten the snowy forest. You take one last look through the window. The cabin, the silent trees, the white mountains, the peaceful sky. Everything feels calm, simple, and perfectly at ease. As your eyes grow heavier, the gentle crackling of the fire, the whisper of the winter wind, and the quiet beauty of the Alaskan wilderness become the perfect companions for a peaceful night's rest. And for just a little while longer, the cozy cabin remains your warm shelter in the heart of one of the quietest and most beautiful places on Earth.